Imagine if at the end of your life, someone asks you, was your life just a race or a journey toward a meaningful purpose? Would your answer be, I earned a lot of money? Or, I lived a life that became an inspiration for others? Hello friends, welcome to Invested Intellect, where we bring you deeply explained stories of the world's most inspiring, eye-opening, and life-changing books, in simple language and in Hindi. Today, we are talking about The Wealthy Gardener, a book that is not just about becoming rich, but about meaningful wealth. So let's begin this farming of wisdom, where every chapter is a seed, ready to grow a tree of rich and powerful thinking within you. Are you ready to become the wealthy gardener? Then let's get started. Chapter 1. Time is the real wealth. The story begins with a gardener who tends to the fields during the day and teaches his son the real art of earning money and living life at night. The gardener believes that the richest person is not the one who has the most money, but the one who has the freedom to live their time on their own terms. In this chapter, author John Soforic explains that time is the biggest investment. We earn 24 hours each day. Now it's up to us whether we waste that income or invest it wisely. The gardener explains to his son that if you direct your time wisely, then in the coming years it will yield fruit in the form of money, freedom, and peace. One powerful line from this chapter. Every day, your time is either moving toward your freedom or toward your slavery. Now a question. Have you ever seen your 24 hours in a day as money? And do you spend them with the same thought and care as you do your money? In the next chapter, we'll learn how the gardener taught his son to plant the first financial seed. Chapter 2. The Seed of Wealth. In this chapter, the gardener explains to his son that every form of wealth starts from a seed, that is, a small but strong habit. This habit could be saving a little money every day, investing in knowledge, or directing your time properly. The gardener asks his son to plant a seed on a piece of land. The son asks, what will happen from this? The gardener smiles and says, as this seed grows, you'll understand how money grows. Wealth also grows slowly, with care and patience. John Soforic shows us that most people seek wealth by trying to hit a jackpot, but real wealth comes from small, consistent steps. One important principle taught here. Small seeds of money, when planted consistently, compound over time to grow into a large tree. That's why the gardener teaches his son that saving a little each week and putting it in the right place is the true beginning. Now an important question. Are you planting a small seed each month, a fixed amount for your financial freedom? Or are you still thinking, where's the money to save? In the next chapter, we'll learn the principle where the gardener started seeing every investment like a soldier. Chapter 3. The Army of Money. Money that fights for you. In this chapter, John Soforic beautifully explains that if you earn money only to spend it, it doesn't hold the power to transform your life. But if you see your money as soldiers working for you, fighting for you, and growing for you, then you're thinking like a truly wealthy person. The gardener tells his son, every time you save $1 and put it in the right place, it becomes a soldier. This soldier works somewhere else and gives birth to more soldiers. Slowly, you will have a whole army that fights for you, so one day you won't need to work. Your money will work for you. The core message of this chapter is, we must deal with money not emotionally but strategically. We should question every expense. Will this make my money into a soldier, or will it destroy it? True financial success comes when we see money not just as a tool for spending, but as a medium for freedom. John Soforic says that those who become rich view every decision with a long-term vision. For them, every investment is a strategic move, not an impulsive act for temporary pleasure. Now think, what do you consider your money to be? Just a spending tool? Or soldiers that can fight for your freedom? In the next chapter, we'll learn how time is actually the greatest wealth. Want to know how a gardener teaches his son to farm time? Chapter 4. The Harvest of Time. In this chapter, John Soforic shares a truth that most people ignore. You can earn money again, but not time. The gardener teaches his son that time is life's most valuable asset. If you don't use it wisely, you can never achieve true wealth. He asks his son, if you had an account that gave you 86,400 rupees every morning, and by evening it would be wiped out, wouldn't you spend every single penny thoughtfully? Now think, you have 86,400 seconds every day. Where do you spend them? On Netflix? On Instagram? Or on something that brings you closer to your dreams? 3 main takeaways from this chapter. 1. Plan each day. Don't waste time. The wealthy plan their days at a micro level. 2. Avoid low-value tasks. Cut out activities that add no value to your life. Spend time only where it brings you closer to your goals. 3. Reinvest your time. Just like you reinvest money, reinvest your time into things that give you more time or more wealth in the future. John says, time is the soil where the seeds of wealth are planted. Whatever seeds you sow, like learning, hard work, skill development, they are all planted in the soil of time. The better you use this soil, the richer your life's harvest will be. Now think, do you begin each day with the intent to farm time, or is your time silently slipping away? In the next chapter, we'll learn, pain is the seed of passion. Have you ever wondered if your biggest pain could be the foundation of your greatest dream? Chapter 5. Pain is the root of passion. In this powerful chapter, John Soforic shares a deep truth. Our biggest pains can become the greatest passions of our life. The gardener tells his son that people don't truly change until they feel pain. This pain, whether from poverty, failure, or humiliation, lights a fire within us. And that fire forces us to write our own destiny. Biggest lesson from this chapter: don't run from pain. Let it guide you. 3 powerful truths through the gardener's story. 1. Pain wakes you up. When life is easy, people become lazy. But hard times shake us and make us say, now I need to change something. 2. Pain shows the way. Many successful people turn their most painful experiences into their life's purpose. Like someone who grew up poor now dedicates their life to financial freedom. 3. Passion without purpose is incomplete. If you're only chasing money, you'll get tired. But if your mission is tied to deep pain, like someone who once slept hungry now wants to feed others, that passion never dies. John says, the fire burning inside you is probably lit by something that once burned you. Meaning, the pain that once scorched you can now become your guiding light. Now a question you should ask yourself: is there a pain in your life that shakes you from inside? Are you suppressing it, or are you ready to turn it into passion? In the next chapter, we'll explore the power of 1 more hour. Can just 1 hour a day truly change your life? Chapter 6. The power of 1 more hour. Just 1 more hour a day. In this chapter, John Soforic shares a simple yet powerful idea. If you dedicate just 1 hour every day to your dream, your life can completely change in a few years. The gardener asks his son, if you give 1 uninterrupted hour every day to one thing, what do you think will happen in 10 years? He explains the power of this 1 hour in 3 ways. 1. Compounding effect of time. Just like interest grows money, effort and learning grow with time. 1 hour a day equals 365 hours a year equals 9 extra weeks. That's enough to take you far ahead of others. 2. Consistency intensity. John says true success lies in small, consistent efforts. 5 hours in one day, but nothing for the next few days won't help. But 1 hour every day builds habits, and habits create millionaires. 3. That 1 hour is for self-mastery. It's not just about making money. It's about building your discipline, focus, and purpose. John says that 1 hour each day is for your future self, the one who is just a dream today. Now it's up to you. Can you not give yourself just 1 hour each day for your dreams? Because the truth is, if you don't have time for your dreams, you shouldn't expect them to come true. Now the next question is, if you only had 1 hour a day, which habits should you work on first? The ones that make you rich and fulfilled. In the next chapter, we'll learn the Garden of Wealth, how to actually grow wealth. Stay tuned. This chapter can completely shift your thinking. Chapter 7. How does the Garden of Wealth grow? In this chapter, John Soforic connects us to a deep and extremely impactful metaphor. He asks us to see our financial life like a garden. Just like a gardener sows seeds, waters them, gives time, similarly, a wise person invests their money, time, and thoughts. They know that crops don't grow in a day, but with daily effort, intention, and patience, a prosperous garden surely grows. The author shares 3 main wealth gardening principles. 1. Choose your seeds wisely. Every seed you plant becomes a reflection of your future. This means every expense, every investment, every habit is a seed. If you buy a lottery ticket, you're planting superstition. If you buy a book, you're planting knowledge. If you invest in SIPs or real estate, you're planting financial freedom. The real question is, what kind of harvest are your choices today leading to? 2. Water your garden daily. John says a garden doesn't grow just by planting seeds. It needs regular watering. In the same way, wealth doesn't come from a one-time earning. Daily discipline, monthly savings, yearly reviews. This is the real water. If you're ignoring your money, it's the same as letting your garden dry out. 3. Remove the weeds. Weeds mean bad debt, bad habits, bad environment, all of which block your financial growth. John says, if you're lazy, procrastinating, or putting things off for tomorrow, these weeds will eat your roots. So check your garden every week. Are you wasting money, taking unnecessary loans, or wasting time? The author has a powerful quote. Your financial future is not a lottery, it's a garden. That means your future won't be a miracle. It'll be a garden grown from your hard work. Now, one important question. Have you ever looked at your money like a garden? And if yes, are you ready from today to plant the right seeds, water them, and pull out the weeds? Because in the next chapter, we'll learn time is wealth, and this idea can completely change how you look at your money and your life. Chapter 8. Time is the real wealth. In this chapter, John Soforic shares a deep but essential lesson. Don't count money, count time. Because you can lose money and earn it back. But the time that once goes never comes back. How should we understand and use time? John says, most of us lose our most precious resource, time, in the pursuit of money. People often say, I'll earn now and rest later. But by the time they're ready to rest, their energy is gone, age has passed, and dreams have faded. 1. Time is more valuable than money. Every time you spend 1 hour on a useless activity, think, you could have used that hour to learn a skill, start a new business, or spend time with family. That's why John says, time is the ultimate currency, and how you spend this currency determines your financial destiny. 2. Create a time budget. Just like we make a budget for money, we must also budget the 24 hours of our day. How much time do you spend working? How much do you waste on TV or social media? How much do you invest in self-improvement? John suggests give at least 1 hour a day to wealth-building activities, like reading a book, learning investing, developing a skill, building passive income sources. This small daily investment will give returns worth crores over years. 3. Fast money versus timeless wealth. Fast money is the money you earn quickly, but spend just as fast. Timeless wealth is the wealth that grows over time, like real estate, stocks, or your own business. John advises us, stop chasing fast money. Instead, build slow but secure wealth. A powerful thought. Don't be rich in your bank account and poor in your life's clock. That means, if you have money but no time, you're not truly rich. Now a reflective question. Where are you spending your life's time? In creating something or just wasting it? Because in the next chapter, John will teach us the law of 100% responsibility, how you are fully responsible for all your outcomes. And that mindset will give you real control over your life. Chapter 9. The law of 100% responsibility. Your life, your responsibility. In this chapter, John Soforic shares an incredibly powerful and life-changing idea. If you want to change your life's condition, first accept that you are 100% responsible for it. This may sound harsh, but it's the mindset that gives you real freedom. Because as long as you blame others, you can't change your situation. Blaming others is easy, but John says, when we say things like, I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have opportunities, we're really saying, my life is not in my control. And this belief weakens us. What does 100% responsibility mean? It means, if your financial situation is bad, only you can fix it. If you're unhappy with your job, you're the one who can lead the change. If you lack time, planning and prioritizing it is also your job. John explains, people who become millionaires share a common habit. They never make excuses. They say, yes, it's hard, but I'm responsible for fixing it. Become the CEO of your life. Just like a company's CEO is responsible for all decisions, you must become the CEO of your own life. Ask yourself, am I making decisions today aligned with my future? Do I see myself as a successful investor, earner, and learner? Do I regularly audit my financial habits? The transfer point. John calls this concept the transfer point, the moment when you stop blaming others and take full control of your life. That moment is the real turning point for your growth. Finally, ask yourself an important question. Have you ever blamed someone else for your financial condition? If yes, then the next chapter is critical for you, because we'll learn how your daily habits decide your financial freedom and how you can turn them into millionaire habits. Chapter 10. Millionaire Habits, Daily Small Wins. In this chapter, John Soforic shares a crucial truth. Success is not one big step. It's the result of small daily decisions, which means what you choose to do every day is what shapes your future, whether it's rich or poor. What are millionaire habits? According to John, rich people don't say, I'll become a millionaire one day. They do something daily that moves them in that direction. Examples: reading for 15 minutes daily on finance or investing, avoiding unnecessary purchases, saving first from every paycheck, focusing on gratitude and mindset daily. Micro choices, right pointing arrow, macro results. John calls this, micro wins lead to macro results. Small decisions like making coffee at home instead of buying it, saving 500 rupees today, spending 1 hour learning a skill instead of watching Netflix. These may look small, but over years they turn into financial success. Avoiding distractions. John also says, the biggest enemy on the road to wealth is distraction. Every day we face 100 ways to waste time and money. Social media, impulse shopping, overthinking, or making excuses. But people who become wealthy consciously decide what to focus on and what to avoid. Discipline versus motivation. Motivation doesn't come every day, but if you have discipline, you'll make progress daily. John's advice: motivation is temporary, habits are permanent. So build habits that keep you working on wealth, even without motivation. A powerful practice. John recommends a small but powerful habit: daily reflection. Spend just 5 minutes every night and ask yourself, what did I learn today? Did I invest anything today? Am I getting closer or farther from my goals? This small habit greatly increases your awareness. Now think, which habit in your day is silently hurting your financial life? Is that habit stopping you from becoming wealthy? In the next chapter, we'll learn why understanding the value of your time is essential to becoming rich, and how aligning your time and money can completely transform your life. Chapter 11. The Value of Time. In this chapter, John Soforic shares a deep and practical insight. You can run out of money, but once time is gone, it never comes back. If you want to become wealthy, the first thing you must do is respect your time. Because time is the real wealth. How do the wealthy view time? Average people often think, how can I earn more money? But wealthy people think, where am I investing my time, and is it building long-term wealth? John calls this time affluence, meaning you become the master of your time, not a slave to someone else's schedule. How do we lose time? We lose our time very easily every day, like constantly checking notifications, talking to people who are just time passers, procrastinating, mindlessly binging on Netflix or YouTube, trying to do everything yourself, not delegating. John says, if you don't gain control over your time, even if money comes in, it won't bring you freedom. Treat time like an investment. John Soforic suggests we treat our time the same way we treat money. Where did each hour go? Did I get a return on it? Did that time go toward a task that brings me wealth or fulfillment? If not, then that time wasn't just spent, it was wasted. Time versus money trade-off. John says, every time you trade your time for money, ask yourself, was that a fair trade? Sometimes, spending 2 hours just to save 200 rupees might actually be a loss. Example, instead of going to the store yourself, you could pay 30 rupees for delivery and use that time to read a book or work on a side hustle that brings higher returns. Time automation. Just like we automate our money, auto savings, SIPs, there's also a concept of time automation. A fixed morning routine, planning your week on Sunday, creating systems for repetitive tasks. This helps your brain avoid getting stuck in small daily decisions. A golden line, John says, if you gain control over your time, you'll gain control over your wealth. So managing your time is the first step to managing your money. Now think about this. What's the most valuable hour of your day? Are you wasting it in distractions? Chapter 12. A Purposeful Life. In this final chapter, John Soforic explains the real reason why we want to build wealth, because dreaming of wealth alone is incomplete if there's no depth to it. True wealth isn't just money, it's meaning. Why do you want money? Most people want money because they fear poverty, get caught up in comparison, or want status. But John says, earning money shouldn't be the only goal. Money is a tool that helps you live a purposeful life. How to discover your purpose. John says you need to ask yourself some deep questions. What are my core values? What can I do that makes a real impact on the world? If money wasn't a concern, how would I spend my day? These questions give you clarity on why you want to build wealth. Purpose gives you discipline. Once you know why you're working hard, whether it's for your family, a dream, or to make a difference, you stay focused and avoid distractions. You start connecting every decision to your purpose. Does this expense support my purpose? Does this task bring me closer to my mission? Purpose plus wealth equals fulfillment. John says, true wealth isn't just bank balances. It's a rich life, full of love, contribution, learning, and meaning. To him, real wealth means choosing when and how to work, spending time with your kids, helping someone in need, and living with peace, not stress. Leaving a legacy. John keeps emphasizing one word, legacy. What are you leaving behind? Just money? Or a mindset, a change, an inspiration? That's the true aim of the wealthy gardener, a father passing on both wealth and wisdom to his son. Now ask yourself, if your life were a book, what would its title be? Would it just be the story of a rich person? Or a life of purpose and inspiration? If this story made you feel like wealth is not just about earning money, but about living deeply and meaningfully, then share it with your friends, family, or that young person who needs to understand what true wealth really means. And remember, you too can be a wealthy gardener if you start planting the seeds today. In our next video, we'll bring you another inspiring book. Until then, earn, save, and live with purpose.